Hey guys, hi, it's Mitch Brisker. Welcome back to Scientology, The Big Lie. If you're new here, welcome. So I've got a story today. It has some urgency. I've been trying to get it to you for a bit. I was having some camera trouble, so hopefully I'm in focus on all that, and you can see me and hear me. So let's get started without further ado, shall we?
If you fail to understand, then the same incredible terror that's menacing me will strike at you!
Hey guys, so if you're here, please announce your presence. I'd love to say hello to you and know who's here, but in lieu of that, let's just dig right in. So recently, I have to present some things. I'm completely disorganized here because I was having camera trouble and just barely got it going. Okay, so during the recent fires, there was one particular fire that broke out in the Hollywood Hills, referred to as the Sunset Fire. Here, I've got something on this for you. Let's take a look at this.
Brand new fire burning in the Hollywood Hills. This is at Runyon Canyon.
4 different cars just pulled up about 5 minutes
this was a couple of weeks
to try to
ago.
alleviate some of this gridlock coming down from the Hollywood Hills and from Runyon Canyon out into La Brea and on Franklin over to Highland.
So, okay, that was essentially the fire. What you can see here, you can see this, that's a fire up in the Hollywood Hills, and then you can see on the right side, you can see the mandatory evacuation zone. So there, you may have heard that some news that there were potentially some Scientology properties on in Hollywood that were threatened. Let me just bring up Google Earth. I'm sorry, I didn't have a chance to set any of this up ahead of time because I was having these technical difficulties. Okay, so we're just going to review real quick. Where are these properties? Let's just zoom out here. Okay, hold on one second. I'm going to just share this with you, and then we're just going to take a little look at this. Bear with me. Hey, Saul Underwood, nice to see you. Pete Jensen, hello. Lupita, thanks for coming back. Nice to see you again. So anyway, while this thing is loading, let me just bring this up. Okay, so here's our Google Earth. So let's look at to the far. I just want to go through these properties so that, sorry, I got to not go off mic here. So that people really have an understanding. We'll see if I type that in there right. Okay, good. So first we have Scientology Media Productions, which is on Sunset Boulevard, just east of where Sunset and Hollywood cross. So, yeah, okay, you're seeing this, okay. Okay, good. Just let me know if you're not. And then just to the, as we travel west, the next building we're going to come to would be L. Ron Hubbard Way, Big Blue. You're all very familiar with that. And that's just a short jump. One second. I got to go back to internet school. Okay, it's just a little to the west of that, and then just a short short trip a little to the north up to Hollywood Boulevard. Is the HDB. Let's just see if we can get that there. There you go. There it is, the Guarantee Building, right? And then I'm just going to drag it now because now just a little more to the east, we have the Scientology Information Center, commonly known as the Test Center. And it's just right there, right? So I think we all heard about these buildings potentially being threatened by the fire. However, the two buildings that were actually under evacuation, none of these buildings were under mandatory evacuation. The HGB was close, but it's east of the 101. So all of the buildings you've seen so far, none of them were in the evacuation zone. But what was in the evacuation zone was right over here a little bit. Whoops. It doesn't like that spelling. It is author services, which is, as you can see, it's right there on Hollywood Boulevard and Sycamore. Next door to it is the building with the red roof there. That would be Able International. And then this building behind it would be where David Miscavige lives when he's in town. And so these three properties were all in the mandatory evacuation zone. Here, let me just share with you, because we're going to get to something. There's a reason why I'm bringing this all up. Yeah, let me just grab this real quick from Pete Jensen TV. Did you know there's a Tiki Bar that's really fun next door? Yeah, at S&P. Yeah, everybody knows that. I mean, everybody who, yeah, we know all about the Tiki Bar. The Tiki Bar is a really special place. I think I'm going to go down there and do a little program on it, see if I can get in. Maybe I can interview them about what they feel about their neighbors, because they have this entire motion picture studio, this broadcast studio next door, and yet I wonder if they're curious why they probably figured it out. Scientologists don't hang out at bars. It's an amazing bar. It's really famous. When the studio was owned by KCT prior to Miscavige buying it, they had done, what's his name, Huell Hauser, who was this really famous sort of historian of Los Angeles. He had a show on KCT, and he would take people around and reveal these wonderful things. And one of the things is the Tiki Bar. It really is. It's only open like 4 days a week. It's been owned by the same family for like 100 years. The guy who owns it lives in a house behind it. And I've been there, and it's not easy to get in because it only holds about, maybe, I don't know, 15 people. But yeah, I'll get some pictures of it and we'll do a little thing. Maybe I'll go down there and do an interview. But yeah, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, that's right. How did I forget about that? I think because I'm just trying to drum it out of my mind. So Celebrity Center would have been kind of on the border, but probably not close enough to, because the evacuation zone stopped on the east side of the 101 freeway, and they're east of the 101 freeway, and they're on Franklin. So that fire would have had to have gone bigger than the Palisades fire in order to get anywhere near CC. But thanks for bringing CC up. I can't believe why I didn't remember it. Probably because CC is oh yeah, right. That's right, Pete. I did tell you all about that. Okay, good. So let me just pull this up here. I want to pull up the actual evacuation map so we can just set this all straight. Let me see here. We have, yeah, I didn't have a chance to set this all up ahead of time, so I really have to apologize for that. Okay, your computer, I think I've got this. Okay, here it is. So this would be wait, it's just processing the image. Hold on one second. Okay, here we go. So this would be the actual map of the evacuation area. Now, I don't know if you can see my cursor. No, you can't. But anyway, you just to the right of the yellow and just above the yellow would be Sycamore, which is Author Services, the association, the Able headquarters and Miscavige's home. And then Celebrity Center would be well into the yellow area. The HGB would also be in that pink area, but just barely. Because anything north of Hollywood Boulevard was in the evacuation zone. But why do I bring this up? Like, what is so important about, that 2 weeks out, a week after the fires, I would want to bring this thing up? Like, here's the deal. There is a person who I know personally who is allegedly being held prisoner under 24/7 watch to make sure they don't leave on the top floor of Author Services. Now, her name is Emily Jones, and some of you may have heard of her. She has a brother who's on staff at Celebrity Center. They've been in the Sea Org for 20 years. They haven't seen their parents in years. Their parents, Phil and Willie Jones, are former Scientologists who've become activists. You may have seen Phil on YouTube or on the news because he's responsible for, essentially, for the Billboard program. And let me see. Let me just show you something on that real quick in case you're not aware of it, which I'm sure all of you are.
Mom and dad with 2 children in the Church of Scientology are paying for a giant billboard.
The parents who were Scientologists for years, desperately trying to reach their grown children who stayed in the church after they left.
Okay, so here's the deal. I know this young woman, and because I worked at ASI during my career in Scientology, working for them. I was there for about a year and a half, so 5 days a week. I saw her every day. She's a wonderful person. I don't know anybody who doesn't like her, and I believe she tried to escape. And in the olden days, a few years ago, they would have sent her up to Gold, where the hole was, or otherwise tucked her away somewhere. But I think they're just keeping her on her job and then keeping her prisoner there. So why am I bringing this up? Well, just hold on one second. I just gave you a little more information here. So what else do we got here? Yeah, okay. Well, I didn't really prep the rest of these, so it doesn't really matter. But I have some photos of Emily and her family and so forth, but we can do those later. So here's the deal. I'm going to keep this short. This is, if I put that map back up there, let me just, you know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go back up here. Because I want to show you something. Like we all of this, the work that was done at the test center. The test center is just right down the street. I mean, let me just share this real quick. I just want to share this Google map with you because you can see the test center from Author Services. David Miscavige can look at his window in Author Services, and he can look down there and see whatever's going on at the Hollywood Guarantee Building, which I'm sorry, at the Hollywood Inn, which is what is also known as where the test center is. And yet the test center is a relatively, yeah, okay. Somebody wants to see a picture, so let me just go prep it. The test center, I said the other day, it's relatively disposable. Let me just do this. It's a relatively disposable property. It's there for recruitment, and it's never recruited anybody. Hold on one second. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I realized I forgot to set one of my lights. It's just absolutely been one of those kinds of days. So anyway, let me just get these photos up here. I have that one. No, I can't show that. I have some media. I don't own it. I don't have permission to show it. So, okay, we're almost there. So, hold on. Yeah, so Emily, she's been a staff member. I believe she worked for RTC for a while. She used to be at Lawns. Like I said, her brother's at Celebrity Center. She today works for Galaxy Press, which is the publishing outfit that is responsible for publishing all of L. Ron Hubbard's, wonderful fiction books. And she goes to book fairs and so forth. And she's married to a guy who's easily twice her age, which is fine. I don't care about that. Like, who cares? But it's such a pattern in the Sea Org that you have so many cases of younger attractive women being married to older men. It's such a there's so much precedence for it that the pattern is, it's just always alarming if it doesn't just bring up a question. So let me see here on my computer. Let me just, okay, so here's a shot of Emily and her brother. It's just processing. We'll be there right there. And I had dinner with her every night for like 5 nights a week for like a couple of years, and she's very nice and personable, but she always kind of had this thing, like I wanted to say to her, "Are you okay? Just blink twice if you need help." Uh, yeah, my camera is like completely screwed up today. It's too hot and blah blah blah. Hey, Howard Taylor. Howard Taylor Esquire. Hello, Mitch from UK. This situation is not good at all. Now, for all I know, they've moved her. I seriously doubt that they have, because she's been ASI staff for so long. They want to keep her there. And, when people talk about, well, the RPF is gone and it's been replaced by something else, or more specifically, the hole is gone, there's just lots of little micro holes wherever they need one. I guess let's just call it a pop-up hole. Can that work? So there's a pop-up hole. And of course, by hole, I'm referring to the prison that Miscavige set up in the base. Excuse me 1 second. It's just, there's just shit happening here. It's like unbelievable. Okay, guys, so sorry about that. Anyway, so as you all know, he set this hole up on the base that I call the hole, this prison, and they just set them up wherever they need them. If they need one, they do it. And that's that. So anyway, where's the picture? Here it is. Here's Emily and Mike, her brother. And if some of you might know them. But the reason that I'm bringing this up, and I wanted to share this map with you, because I just want to make this real to people, and I'm not taking anything away. I have to keep saying that this is Street View Author Services, right? And you can see, are you seeing this okay? Let me just switch back. Yeah, you're seeing it. This is, and then next door, this building kind of, here, let me just go over there. Well, they got a goddamn tour bus in front of it. But this building, a lovely old Spanish Hollywood building, this is the Association of Better Living and Education. This is the headquarters for all the front groups we talk about. Narcanon, the Way to Happiness, the Applied Scholastics, all those front groups. This is where they are. This is where they're located, right next door. And then if we go down here, this is Sycamore. Let's just pop up Sycamore a second. Here's the entrance of to the parking lot where the armed guards stand. And then next door, this building next door, is where Miscavige lives when he's in town. And I want to orient people, because everybody is so familiar with the test center, which is just right down the street. I think I can get us there in one click almost. It's I think I passed it already. I think I went too far. Yeah, I did. It's back the other way. Oh no, it's a little further down. Okay, so I misjudged that a bit, but it's right down here. I know, because I know when the sign was redone there. Oh yeah, there. I think that's it there. We're coming. Yeah, there it is, right there. So yeah, okay, so that's the test center. So now let's just turn around again and look down the street and see how close we are. We're just right down on the right-hand side. Is where we came from. And you can literally stand on the sidewalk or up in one of the upper offices, and you can look down the street and see what's going on. So there was never any threat to these people. The protest did a great job in ruining Scientology's PR with the public. I think it really deserves a lot of credit for that. But in terms of threat, I think there's and I'm not saying anybody's doing anything wrong. I think everything they did is perfect. But what I'm saying is, I would like to expand it a little bit, and I'm trying to. What I would like to do is start getting people organized. Anybody that's interested, reach out to me at Scientology the Big Lie at gmail.com, and see if we can't organize enough people. And like, ideally you'd get, 20, 30, 40, 50 people, like an old style anonymous. And this protest, this would really be threatening to them. This would be more than just a PR hit. This would actually let them know we are at your doorstep. I mean, because nobody really ever talks about ASI. I mean, you could just literally, it's a 2-minute walk from the test center, which is effectively shut down. So that's the deal. Let me just show you. I showed this the other day when I was doing a chapter reading. Let me just show you. I have a video file. I'm going to show it again. Some of you probably saw it, but this will give you a better view of where Miscavige lives. Okay, so this is, we don't need the sound there. Turn that on. So let me just back up here. So you can see that's the driveway that you would pull in. If Miscavige is there, there'll be an armed guard. If there's not, he's not there. And then I happened to just be there on business. I was just happened to park nearby, and I went, "Oh my God, look where I am!" I didn't even notice it at first. And then I took this video. You can see they've turned this place into a fortress. This was actually what's her name's residence in the film Alias, in the TV series Alias. But it's changed quite a bit from them. They've put up all these gates. Literally, the place is like a fortress. There's cameras, of course, everywhere. This is a huge compound, and they bought it so he would have a secure place to live. Nobody ever goes there. There's no demonstrations. There's no protests. There's no nothing. But it would be really easy to hold a demonstration and call attention to this fact and let people know, oh, this is literally, there's the entire global or Scientology organization is mostly being run out of author service and Scientology media productions, and yet there's not been any work. It's kind of unmined work to kind of bring these locations to the public's attention. So please, if you're at all interested and you're in LA, just send me your contact to that email address and I'll start getting it organized, and we'll see when everybody can go down there. This I'm not aware of. I've actually not watched his stuff. So this Dan Walks LA always starts and ends his walks at author services. Yeah, and that's fantastic. I'll look at his stuff. You can see the barbed wire here. But it needs to be, it's great to have one person walking in and walking and streaming, which is fantastic. It's good work, but I think we need to get a crowd of people down there. So maybe I'll have to reach out to Dan and see if he's willing to do it. Okay, good. So that's essentially the reason why I wanted to do this today. Let me just get this stuff out here. Okay, great. So let's go back through some notes here. I'm not sure what she was referring to, but hey, Tina in the last 20. Prevalent in high control groups. Yeah, I'm not sure what she was actually referring to. And yes, Love Food Kitchen says a pop-up hole sounds like quite something. Yeah, it does. I know. Kind of going for that. Yeah, Emily is definitely, she's an attractive girl for sure, and really nice. And I just, hi, Culty Lips, Culty Clips. Sorry about that. I can't say that too fast or I'll get kicked off of YouTube. Yeah, I mentioned this, but that's right, Pete Jensen, where they also shot the exteriors of that show Aliases, where Miscavige lives. Yeah, they've owned that building for a long time, and they've actually there's a tunnel. I don't even know where it is. I think it's like an above ground, like a enclosed walking space, so he doesn't never have to go outside. Like if he's under fire, which I think is one of the more reasons to actually have a to hold a significant demonstration at author services. I think it would really put them on notice that they're not hiding out in a safe. And oh, hey, Phil Jones, nice to see you. This is Emily's father is in the chat with us, and MD Media posts flyers with Emily's image on them around author services. That's fantastic. I did not know. But again, I want to try to organize to get as many people down there as possible, because they all know me, and it's going to freak them out. And I just really want to make this happen. Okay, so that's basically the deal. It's just I've been so busy and I was not aware of this activity already at the services, but I don't think it. What I'm trying to do here is really add to any momentum that's already going on. Uh, and so just reach out to me and give me your email address, and I will personally I will personally get it organized. If I have to go to the city and get a permit, I'll get a permit. If they try to block the permit, I also am, legally a film production company, so I could get a film permit. We'd have to raise a little bit of money to do that, but we could actually do it as a film project. Like, we could go down there and film the demonstration and then have a legitimate reason to get a film permit, which they would have a difficult time in preventing that from happening. So that's the deal. This is about bringing further attention to this situation. And if nobody has any further Love Food Kitchen says, listen, thank you for this review. Loving a classic midstream, enduringly disorganized, but very interesting and entertaining. Yeah, I have to do a better job at doing this. I think part of it is that, I coming out of the profession I do, I'm so used to having a team of people, and it's a lot. I think when you kind of start from scratch. I mean, I didn't have much difficulty figuring out how to set up a camera, of course, but kind of getting the rest of it organized is a little tough. So anyway, I really appreciate it. And please, Phil says, when we protested around other services years ago, they called the police. The police told us we have every right to be there. Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's time to do it again. And I think I could successfully pull a film permit from the LA Film Office, which is near, it used to be next 2 doors down from other services was the LA Film Office. So it would not be hard to do that, to get what's called a area permit, which allows you to be on the sidewalk, but not to stop any traffic, pedestrian or otherwise. And then you're perfectly free to be there. The police come up and then you just show them your permit and they're gone. As long as you're not violating any of the terms of the permit, you're fine. So I've been thinking that might be possibly the way to do it. So yeah, and Phil, if you want to reach out to me and we could talk about this, but I'm really serious about, the March 13th event is coming up, and that event is going to be produced out of Scientology Media Productions, which means Miscavige is going to be in town because he supervises the production of all those events. So the opportunity for that to happen is rapidly approaching. So please reach out to me, and I'll be back later with some more interesting, disorganized, hopefully not as disorganized news. Thanks a lot, guys. Hey guys, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps with the algorithm so that videos like this can reach a broader audience. And be sure to hit that notification bell so that you'll be informed when new videos drop. For additional ways to support this channel, please click on the link tree on the Scientology The Big Lie channel page. This work is only made possible with your support. Thank you.